Hi, my name is Stitt. I currently serve as the Chief Operations Officer for GrandPR. My job is just to assist each of our teams in understanding how best to communicate with each other, as well as how best to communicate with the client, and just working together as a team. And I just basically serve as an HR position for the firm. I'm going to talk to you today about problem solving and how best to do this in your journey into college. I'm not going to do this by like a step-by-step basis. My first bit of knowledge that I would like to impart to you would be to make sure you prioritize what it is you would like to do. So whether that be extracurriculars or whether that be homework and figuring out which time to do your homework, which time to study, which time to hang out with your friends, I would make sure that you prioritize all of those things. Whether you just keep an agenda or a running list of the things that you want to do throughout the day, I would recommend doing that. It's easy to get caught up in a day-to-day schedule where you feel like you can't prioritize yourself. I feel like my biggest piece of advice throughout college would be to prioritize yourself, so that you don't leave yourself with nothing at the end of the day. Just make sure you keep that in mind. My second bit of advice that I would also recommend that's kind of in tandem with the prioritization would be to make lists. Like I said, keeping a planner or just making a list. I have like a lot of sticky notes over here. It's like having a calendar. Any of those things will help work wonders within your life so that you are not scrambling at the last minute. I myself definitely am a procrastinator, so I definitely see where you're coming from if that's something that you struggle with. I highly recommend making lists. I think that I said this in my last video that I made for high school outreach as well, but making lists has saved my life. And even in having an internship right now, I make lists in meetings. You can make them anywhere, but in meetings I make them a lot, and then I'll go back and write it down like a to-do list in my planner of all the things that I've compiled from each respective meeting, so that I'm still on it and know exactly what I'm gonna do and when I need to do it by. So my third piece of advice I would say is to get an outside point of view. So like I was saying in my first initial piece of advice is it's easy to get in your head about things. So making sure that you have like a council or like a group of people or friends or just people that you respect and respect you, that you know you can go to them at any time with anything and they will give you an outside point of view. Getting stuck in your head can honestly be to your detriment, especially in college when you're trying to figure out so many things at once. So I definitely recommend making sure that you have a group of people, whether that be advisor, a friend, a roommate, somebody like that. I would definitely recommend that you get somebody like that in your corner that is going to be a truth teller, not somebody that is going to just tell you exactly what you want to hear, but tell you exactly what you need to hear. So yeah. My fourth and final piece of advice would be to seek out the help that you need from who you need it from specific. It's easy to feel like you need help. It's easy to feel like somebody should be helping you do something, but knowing exactly who it is that's supposed to help you with what it is that you need help with will definitely come in handy. So if you're struggling in a class, maybe that professor will be the person that would be helpful for you. Or if you're struggling just like holistically with all of your academics in general, then maybe your advisor will be the person that's supposed to be helpful for you. And then personally, like maybe a friend or a family member or something like that. But making sure that you know exactly who it is that you need to seek help from will definitely help to lessen that bit of anxiety that you may get for asking for help. I know I'm one of the people that it's like difficult for me to ask for help, but making sure that you know exactly who you can go to for the things that you need help with, I think has helped me in my journey throughout college for sure. And yeah, all in all, I definitely recommend that as far as problem solving, you make sure you know who you are to an extent. I know that we're like in an age where it's difficult to understand who we are fully, but know who you are to an extent. You know how you work, you know how you operate, and make sure that you act in truth through that. Just making sure that you're not just going about the motions just because somebody says to do something, and then also making sure that you're solving exactly what you need to solve in the way that is helpful for you. because problem solving is not problem solving if you don't recognize the problems that you have personally in order to fix what it is that needs to be solved. Yeah, those are kind of my 4 pieces of advice, major pieces of advice that I have as a takeaway for my time throughout college and kind of just how I've been going about my life in college. Definitely feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on the GrandPR Instagram at GrandPR, or you should be able to find me that way. Definitely feel free to comment down below in the video, or contact the PRSSA Instagram at GV_PRSSA, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.